York Governor Kathy Hochul, who was installed just earlier this week, acknowledging nearly 12,000 more COVID deaths in New York State than the Cuomo administration had publicized. Let's bring in Janice Dean on the phone. So, Janice, the numbers were in New York 43,400. It's now 55,395 with the addition of these 12,000 deaths. Apparently, these are not only confirmed COVID deaths, but presumed COVID deaths as well. What are your thoughts?
Well, this is not new information. The federal health officials have been using the higher tally for many months in New York, but Governor Cuomo has been sort of fudging the numbers from the very beginning, including with nursing homes. You know, one of the reasons why I've been so outspoken is because he did not count those that died in the hospital, like my mother-in-law. She contracted COVID in her assisted living residence, but she died in the hospital, and her number didn't count. So the governor, the new governor, has decided to become transparent. This is her first sort of move to say, you know, I'm gonna record the actual numbers as opposed to the ones that the other guy wants you to think they are.
It's just brutal, Janice. In Hochul's words, there are presumed and confirmed deaths. She says the public deserves a clear, honest picture of what is happening. There is so much about this story that we cannot undo, Janice, and your family so greatly affected by all of this. Are you hopeful? Are you hopeful that she will lead us to a better place in all of this?
I'm going to give her a few days. I'm going to give her a little bit of time, but I'm already discouraged by the fact that she still has Howard Zucker on the payroll. He is the health commissioner. He's also the author of the March 25th mandate to put COVID-positive patients into nursing homes, and he also helped cover up those numbers. So the fact that he is still around and he is, you know, really the guy who hand in hand went with Governor Cuomo to mislead us on COVID deaths. So she really needs to clean house. She says she's going to do that, but if I'm going to believe her, she has to get rid of the number one guy or the number two guy, and that is our health commissioner, Howard Zucker.
You know, we know from previous New York state officials that Andrew Cuomo allegedly undercounted nursing home deaths by 50% or maybe even a little bit more than that. Again, the additional deaths here, the 12,000 released by Kathy Hochul, the new governor, do not appear to be additional nursing home deaths. But Janice, you're making the point here that even though they may not be listed as nursing home deaths, people from nursing homes who went somewhere else, like a hospital, and died could be included in this count. So therefore, this could up the number of people who contracted COVID in a nursing home and then subsequently passed away.
Correct, but we need the investigation to continue. You know, the one thing that I want to make people remember is that there are ongoing investigations here in New York about the nursing home. Not only the lying about the death toll, but the fact there are other things that this governor did. He gave nursing homes blanket immunity so that no one could sue them a day after he put that March 25th order in place. So there are many things that this governor has to be investigated for, and I want that to continue. But this new number of the 12,000 that Kathy Hochul has put forward, you know, I want a federal probe into this. The Biden administration, they decided not to go ahead with the DOJ investigation, not only into Governor Cuomo, but the other governors that put COVID-positive patients into nursing homes. So there seems to be a lot of covering up that I think needs to be looked at more closely.
Janice, real quick final question as we've got Brian Kilmeade, who you spend a lot of time with, standing by on the ongoing coverage of Afghanistan. Yeah, no, never. Janice, how are you doing? You know, obviously we've all watched you so closely throughout this, and now that he is gone, he's exited the mansion. There was the debacle with the dog. How are you doing?
Well, listen, you know, people think this is somewhat of a victory. I mean, I've been screaming for a year and a half now that, you know, this governor is corrupt, and I think he's criminal. I think a lot of these charges that are going to be forthcoming are going to be criminal. A lot of people laughed me off and told me I was just a weather girl. So there is a little bit of justification, but, you know, I'm going to hold her accountable as well. If she's not forthcoming and transparent, and if these investigations don't continue, I'm going to scream just as loud as I did with the previous guy.
Janice, we appreciate you.
Janice, thanks so much.
Thank you, my friend.
Always good
Thank
to
you.
talk to you. Thanks,
Thank you.
Thanks, JD.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Kilmeade. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to click to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page. This is the only way that I know for sure that you're not going to miss any great commentary, any great news bites, any great interviews coming your way on Fox. You can get it all here on YouTube. So subscribe right now.